Hey, welcome to Dreams to Reality. My name is Anthony Isaac, and thank you for tuning in. I am making this video not on a Tuesday, as I had promised, so I am going to teach you a tool right off the bat, and that is honoring your word. So one of the key things that I've learned in my life, how to manifest my dreams, and create them in real life into reality, right, is by being my word around things, and my word is gold. And gold is what gets you where you want to go, right? Because like when you say you're gonna do something, do it, right? Just say what you do and do what you say. There you go. Tip of the day, right? So with that, I didn't make my YouTube video, and I have excuses, right? So I won't go. I want to teach you how to restore your integrity right here. I don't make excuses, right? I want to tell you first what my commitment was to you. All right, so I'm restoring my word to you, to make my word back to gold. So I had a promise to make these YouTube videos on Tuesday, and it is now Thursday, and I didn't post one last week and this week. So the impact, the impact is the next thing. You got to get the impact for people, right? So the impact for maybe some of the viewers have just subscribed. You're sitting around waiting, what's up with Anthony? What's going on with Anthony? The last video was kind of fresh, or I didn't like it. I'm looking forward to a better video. I don't know. I just want to see what this weirdo is going to do next week. Like, I don't know. I didn't do my video, and you missed me. I missed you too. So there's also, that's the impact on you. The impact on me is I have this like thing ringing in the background, right? So I'm always like, damn, I didn't get the video out to peeps. I'm putting that on hold. As the other weeks go by, I kind of make myself wrong. Yada, 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 right? So the impact on you, the impact on me. And then you go into what you're going to do to restore that, or to make that never happen again, or the new promise, right? So I will promise you that if I ever have a technical difficulty, I'll post it on this YouTube regardless, even if it's a couple minutes, all right? How about that? So if I have to take a bye week, I'll even just hop on here and make something. But check it out, the benefits. So anyways, I didn't want to jump over this real quick, but I restored my integrity with you, so let's move on. So check it out, the benefits of this last week or 2 weeks, week and a half, was this new Mac Mini. I got my new computer system set up, my music making machine, my Kai MIDI, and my mic. I'm set to go. I got everything I need to record, to make beats and make music. You know, that's what I do. But yeah, I'm all set to go for this YouTube channel for you guys. So here we go. We also got this 4K camera you're looking at right now. So check it. We're gonna cut this to the chase right now. Cut the fat. Today we have a special episode here at Dreams to Reality, and we're interviewing the homie Zoke One from he's the old Seedless head designer there. He's done a lot of work around town here in San Diego, a lot of mural work. He's a really technical, amazing character. He's been a friend of mine for over a decade, and I've watched him grow and develop, and I just wanted to pick his mind, see how he did it, see how he is doing it, and see what he's up to. So let's head out to go to his house and see what he's up to, see what he's creating. Let's go. All right, we are here in sunny San Diego with Zoke One. Hey, how's it going? How's your day? What up? How
you doing?
Good. So why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Yep, I'm Zoke One. I've been writing that for about 25 years now. We just did the math. And yeah, been living in San Diego my whole life. Love it here. And started out, just drawing comic booky stuff when I was a little kid, like a lot of other people. And I don't know, just it progressed, like we were just talking about, into doing like graph. One day I got into it in my math class because my homie Rob, who used to write Scorch, I kind of noticed this kid. He was sketching like this sick little burner, I guess you would call it. I didn't even know what it was called back then, but he was doing like throwy letters and stuff, and we were both skateboarders, and I was kind of, yo, what's up, man, like, what are you drawing over there? That's pretty sick. And he was like, oh, like, I write Scorch, but he was kind of DL about it. I don't think he said it right away. He was just sort of like, oh, it's a piece of my name, and he kind of was like, I've seen you drawing, man, you're sick too, like, I like your characters. And we just kind of, it progressed, and we started shooting shit, we started drawing stuff together, and eventually, like, he gave me my first alphabet, and I still remember he like told me, like, he was really good at giving you like the history of what was behind stuff. He wouldn't just like, here's an alphabet. He was like, these are letters based off of Dice's letters, and Dice is like OG, like he came up with this font, and like pressed like learned from that font, and like a lot of like Southern California graph like from the 90s was like all based on this like one sort of style that like Dice came up with, I guess was what he had showed me at the time anyway.
So that's pretty interesting, because that's completely not the way it is today.
I know, right? Now, because
right?
you got to think this is way before Instagram, when kids could just buy like the only way you could like get influenced by style back then, other than going to a yard or seeing it on the street, was like you'd go to like Tower Records and like read the mags there, or like jack those graph mags.
Tower Records.
I met Chi at Tower Records one time at the graph mag section. I just remember like bullshitting, but yeah, it's like that was crazy. That was a place you could meet other writers.
So the formulating years. So
pre-Insta.
Tell us about your like a little bit about your, I guess your airsoft. You said you were drawing since a young age. How kind of.
Yeah, so like I said, like that same kid in my math class, Rob Scorch, took me to my first yard. It was like I want to say the first yard we painted together was probably the Fashion Valley pits.
Lord, yeah.
And that was when I was like didn't have a name or anything. I was still learning letters, and I was trying to write Fury. And I remember these like 3 kids from I want to say it was like from BR or something at the time. They kind of came up and started fronting on us. They were like, yo, what up? Like they probably noticed that I was totally toy, and they're just like, you're going over one of our throw ups or something. And I was like, oh shit, like I don't know. And one of them had like a tire iron. And anyway, long story short, I pretty much got punked for my paint. But like I was like 15 years old and I was toy. Shit happens. That was like the first experience, I think, painting. But later on got a lot better at
so did you go to college? Did you go to like? Did you?
Yeah, I went to the art school. Okay. I went to the Art Institute, California. They've been since shut down for defrauding people.
You went there like for like a bachelor's or something?
Yeah, I got my bachelor's at the Art Institute, and I actually met a lot of cool muralists and graffiti artists there too. I met Kroll there, and Work went there at the same time, and I want to say. Yeah. Anyway,
that was in San Diego, correct?
But yeah, in San Diego, yeah, it was a very like really cool creative place to meet other creatives. Like a bunch of kids from TRC went there. That's who I was gonna say is like Rifa and Breaks. Like I got to meet a lot of cool graph artists like when I was going there. So that was pretty sick.
That was so that was like your formulating years, and then so a question I have is like the transition from like your formulating in your early, I don't know, what were your 20s or mid-20s?
Oh yeah, like the transition from just basically doing like
professional world to
so I started actually at the time when I was probably 5 years into graph. I started working at a art gallery / graphic design studio downtown called Miracle Brand Design. It was down in like the gas lamp, and that was really cool because I got to see how an art gallery works. You know what I mean? Like that was sort of my first introduction to like, you make a price list and you've got to promote and you got to make a flyer for the show, and like it was just cool to see this is what it takes to put this on. So it was good training for later on when you and I we put together that smaller show, and I've been in a couple other group shows. And it makes you motivated to want to make more group shows or solos. But that was kind of my first gig, and that progressed onto getting me really into graphic design. That's where I started going to the Art Institute, and then graduated in 2006 with the BA in interactive media design. And the whole time I was kind of starting to do like piecework, graphic design stuff for Metal Militia. I was doing a lot of t-shirt graphics for them.
And Metal Militia, for people that don't know, that's a
dirt bike,
bikes, right?
Yeah,
they're
company.
big.
They still sell stuff at
like
PacSun and like big places.
Company.
Yeah, they're pretty big. And then I started doing more and more stuff for Seedless, and I started working at Seedless.
What year was
as
that?
a graphic designer. What's that?
What year was that?
Oh, when did I start Seedless? Like 2011. I started actually working full time for them. But before then, I was also doing like individual piecework. But I was there for full time for about 5 years, and then not 2011. I'm sorry. That was like 2015.
Ah.
Yeah, 2015. And then I was there till like 2019 or so. So yeah. And
So
then
what happened from
now
2011 to 15?
No, I was at Seedless. I'm saying from 2011 to 2015. That was like kind of mess around time. Like I wasn't really.
That was the Metal Militia tent. That was that time.
That was like, oh, okay. I worked for a bunch of random different companies in that time span. That's right. I didn't work ever full time at Metal Militia, but I worked at Tony Robbins for a little while. The motivational speaker.
No way. Wait, hold on. Stop.
I know, right?
Stop. We're gonna stop it now.
Stop.
What are you talking about?
I was there for like 4 months, and I was just.
So tell me about this.
Yeah. They're out in Miramar. They were at the time anyway.
How did you get that gig?
I was at Aquint, and Aquint's a staffing agency. So, sorry, man, I don't want to shake that. It's a staffing agency. So they were like, hey, we got this. It's temp to permanent job, at Tony Robbins, and like, oh, have you heard of him? And we're like, oh yeah, the guy with like the huge white teeth, and he's like really tall, and and they're like, yeah, that guy, yeah, it was cool, man. It was like. It was a real mellow, small spot, like a couple other graphic designers kind of like...
Oh, so you did graphic design work for...
Yeah, I wasn't like doing motivational speaking. I mean,
I taught the presses.
Yeah. No, but it was
cool.
Just typical, like making web banner ads and editing video of him and stuff like that. Did he hook you up with
the free...
I never even met him. No, never even got to meet him face to face, man.
Straight business.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a busy guy. Like literally every time I was in there, they're like, "Oh, he's on safari right now in Africa, doing a 7-day fast on Camelback with," you know what I mean? Like no joke, like with Drew Barrymore and blah blah blah. It would be like all these stars are following him on some crazy.
So the odd jobs though, like plenty of odd jobs basically. Like,
yeah. I worked at Callaway Golf for a while. So I like golf. I've liked golf since I was like 12 years old. Like me and my dad always used to golf, so that was kind of fun. Got to actually design the back of one of their clubs, and that's kind of neat to like see that. I didn't go to school for product design, so it was kind of sick to see that. Really rad. But I don't know.
You had from 11 to 15. You had just a ton of odd jobs, eh? Like,
yeah, but I was like doing art the whole time. I was always working on my own canvases.
Yeah, I remember. You were real active. I've always seen you really active.
Trying to do shows whenever I could, whether it was at salons or just anywhere I could get like space to do it.
Do all the freelance stuff, but as far as the professional, from that time it was freelance.
Yeah, and it still is. I mean, that's all I do now. I'm back to 100% freelancing.
Because I remember for a time. You were at C-List. That was like solid.
Yeah. That was taking up like most of my time because that was like a regular 8-hour day job. It's just like doing graphic design there.
Like between that and then freelance, like what do you like? What are the pros and cons?
Freelance is like it's definitely nice to make your own hours. I mean that's and you set your own rate, which is like pretty killer. And I just kind of I definitely like sort of being my own boss. Like who doesn't? That's kind of everyone's dream, I think. You give up that sort of comfort zone of knowing like, oh yeah, you got a steady paycheck, but it kind of makes you hustle.
So that's pretty where you're at right now. You're the boss. You're calling the shots. Yeah. What are you working on currently?
Right now, actually, I'm like the other artists out there trying to get in on this whole NFT craze.
Tell us a little bit about the NFT because I'm not too familiar. Like we talked on the phone a little bit about it, but why don't you share with the audience here?
Yeah, for those that don't know. So an NFT stands for a non-fungible token, and it kind of basically is a way, I'm going to simplify this, it's a way to legitimately authenticate something, whether it's a tangible object or something that only exists in digital format, by verifying it through the blockchain. Is that too many words? But basically, it's like you can make something a token using the blockchain because if you sell it on the blockchain, it's visible for everyone. So the proof of ownership is like undeniably always going to be there because, as we know, the blockchain is decentralized. So it's not like it's sitting on some guy's computer somewhere. It's not. It's basically like you can sell a piece of artwork or you can sell a pair of socks, and it's all just you're tying something to a token and you're selling the token.
That's pretty wild. And like we talked on the phone, there's been some I mean, I don't know too much, but there's like it's been a hot talk. It's been a hot topic.
Yeah. It's like the talk of the town and the whole art world right now because of the ridiculous amount of money. Like, it's just so new.
Talking Alex Gray recently.
Yeah, he recently sold his first NFTs for hundreds of thousands. I think Mir said that he sold out of all 500 of his at $500 a pop in like a day.
That's
so
wild.
yeah, it's like it's really cool to
amazing.
see
Yeah.
some of the artists that you know deserve recognition, like to be able to really monetize their talent
100%.
like that. And
yeah.
so
Mir One's a hard worker. My friend Specs from my crew TFS, he knows Mir personally. He lives in Ecuador, so they know each other personally. So he talks to him, and it takes a lot for he's been doing it for so long, and so I'm just really happy that, like you said, like this is a cool outlet for them to tap into to make their dreams into reality at a bigger level.
Yeah. And I think it opens up it's so many cool possibilities because it's basically any kind of artist. I mean, you can be a claymation artist how else would you monetize claymation if you didn't work for a major claymation studio before NFTs? Now, you can sit there and spend enough time and make an 8-second little thing and turn it into a loop and put some music to it, and people will recognize it for what it is, and you can sell it and progress your craft, like that's really all we want as an artist, I think.
So that's it's pretty hot. It's a pretty hot subject. I'll let the viewers kind of dig into that a little bit more because we probably could talk about that.
Totally. But I'm just trying to get what I'm trying to do with NFTs. I'm really excited. I'm working on a project with a local band called Purple Keef. There's some good friends of mine, and they're amazing musicians. Their saxophonist is fire. Like, you guys got to check them out. Their Instagram is at Purple Keef, KIEF. If you don't know. It's not Keith like the guy.
I'll plug it in the description.
Yeah, totally. And we're going to make this NFT. I've been doing some live painting canvas work with them, but trying to do it with the fact in mind that we want to animate it. So we've been painting the animated stages and taking pictures of them while they play. And that way, later on, when we go to make this NFT, they provide the soundtrack, and we will integrate what we created together live into a form of an asset that we can then, sell to people.
It's gonna be
that people
wild.
will want.
Yeah, the way you described it in the garage earlier, it's gonna be wild, people. And so I'm actually gonna plug your Instagram, all your information, because we kind of want to bridge that over. We want to see how that project goes.
Totally, so definitely.
We want to even do a later episode that kind of features that finished product if we have time. But so let's rewind a little bit. Where has so you're an aerosol artist, graffiti, and an illustrator. You do a lot of things. What is, I would say, like the wildest, not wildest, I hate to do like the top 10 of wildest, but tell me, like, in generalization, what is, like, has this vehicle of art taken you, and where do you see it, like, in, like I would say one of your top places it's taken you, maybe physically, maybe on a journey, maybe just on experience with a person, I don't know, like, you know what I mean, it gets you where you're going,
right,
and where are you now, how do you feel comfortable, and where do you see yourself going, what's your vision?
Okay, yeah, as far as like art goes, I think where I would like to be, here's where I am now. I'm just happy to be working for myself, and I see the future as being full of possibility versus, like, I think before, anytime I've had to work for someone else, it kind of doesn't matter who it is. Like, I always felt a little bit like fearful, like, oh, I gotta do this because, like, I gotta pay the bills, and, like, one day I'll try to follow my dream. And it's like, you really have to step out of that mindset and, like, just be like, now is, like, there's no other time. Like, you just have to just do it. You got to take that leap. And so it's like I was kind of forced to, like, COVID really forced me to have to be fully freelance. I had just gotten a job at a CBD company, and I was only there for 3 months, and COVID hit, and it was like, sorry, you're laid off. And it was like, man, back to being laid off. Maybe I'm meant to not be working for someone else. Like, and during that time, it was great because I still had, people giving me design work, and I thank God for that. Like, I was able to do a lot and progress, and then I was like, I can do this. I think if I just, with a little bit of hustle, I can do this. And so that's where I'm at now, is I'm at that little bit of hustle, trying to make it a lot of bit of hustle.
Yeah.
And my wife is really good at pushing me to do more, and I've been doing a lot of murals lately, like residential things, commercial things, just anything to be able to create, and make money being creative, and be outside a lot of the time is great. I just, like, who can really ask for something better? Like, I just, anyone that will pay me to paint things, I'm about it.
Yeah. So what about the future? What do you see the vision? What's
So
the
in the
vision
future,
for Zoke Enterprises?
In the future, Zoke Media will be hopefully an NFT conglomerate. No, I definitely like working with musicians and stuff like that.
Right,
so
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like the NFT thing is so new, so I've yet to even mint my first one. But once we start making them, I think it would be cool to see where that goes. Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll be doing animated music videos or something someday. Like, I don't know, just more mural work would be great. If I could somehow, paint at like Powwow, Hawaii one year, or like, y'all, if you're out there, if you're watching this, anyone in charge of that? No, but like some of the funnest, places I've ever been that graffiti took me to was that Mexicali one year. We painted at that what is it, Graph Wars. That was a while ago, but that was when I was still in BCX, and we all went down there and painted about 8 of us or something on that big giant long wall that was like next to the dump, and it was hot and dusty, and there was like a dead dog in a bag next to my burner, but it was fun. It was chill. We were hanging out drinking Tecatis and eating street tacos with the homies, and like got to meet a whole bunch of dope writers from like all over San Diego, and some from Mexico too, and that was cool, man.
So that's kind of where you answered that part of the question that I asked, like kind of the journey in the past is like those fun moments.
Yeah. There's been tons of fun moments of painting graffiti, like back when remember when the whole like commercial area was just popping, and there was like, it was like multiple blocks. It felt like it was our own little like Melrose, our San Diego version of Melrose. It was cool.
Before all the street art hype.
Yeah. Way before that.
Hashtag.
Way before Instagram. It was in the.
It was live.
What was the message board we all used to be on? That was the only way you could beef before Instagram. Everyone did. Pure graffiti, man. PG. The PG.
Yeah.
But
Dorms,
yeah.
let's talk about Dorms.
Dorms, yeah.
Dorms love that
OG,
shit.
Dorms. Rest in peace, Dorms.
Rest in peace, Dorms.
Those were the days, man. Painting with
with
Dorms and BCX and Motor and Rest in peace, Motor.
Yeah, and yes, rest in peace, Motorfire.
Man.
Let's see. What are three quick little tips that help you to improve, or either in the world of like in the arena of improvement or just like empowerment? Like, where are 3 things that carried you through in this game?
All right. So definitely my family.
Okay.
My religion, like I believe in God and Jesus, and my church has been helpful for sure in getting me through difficult times, but also in making me want to do something positive with my life and like not just lay around. I mean, like, I've watched a lot of people that I grew up painting with, pass away and stuff, and at a young age, like not even make it to 30, and it's that's kind of like the wake up call of like, there's no guarantee, so it's like we gotta, you definitely want to try to do as much as you can now and not like waste time, and
Yes, sir.
I don't know, that's my driving force. That's like what has gotten me through up until this point. So
yeah, that's solid. So
and friends and good homies.
There you are. I think it was like a couple more. That's it. That's solid advice right there from the homie Zoke One.
Yeah, man.
I want to thank you for the little bit of time that we had today to get caught up. I do want to catch up with you in the future. I want to see what's going on with your NFT. I want to see.
We gotta paint together again soon.
Yeah, definitely. We'll paint together.
Been a while.
And we'll probably bridge a little. I want to catch up with you to see what's going on with the music in that integration with stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be doing more of that. More live painting stuff. I've actually we're working on something right now with Purple Keith to be doing like a show down. Yeah. Where we're gonna hopefully we'll have the NFT finished by then, because we're gonna project it behind the band while they're playing, so sick. It's they can play the soundtrack live too.
That's ridiculous.
It'll be sick.
Oh damn! Watch
Professional.
Out. Watch out.
Dang it! I didn't mean to kick that.
No, you're good.
Shaking the camera over here. It's a California earthquake.
Well, watch out. So watch out for Zoke One. We're gonna put all your information in the link below.
Cool.
And thanks for chilling with us.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, man. It's
been
been fun.
Have a beautiful day.
You too, bud.
Yeah.